Welcome back, everyone. I am going to try and finish up just some 6 tiles so that I can make a complete project, which once the tiles are done and I've sealed them with my Kamar and my UV protection, I will make another video on what I'm going to do with them. What I'm doing right now is I'm going to make 2 more in this color family of each of these. So we're going to start with orange. So here's my 2 that I'm going to do my orange with. They are alcohol inks, so it's something pretty quick. Wrong. There it is. It's like, where's my alcohol? I'll have fun with it. Make it quick. Hopefully this will be a really quick, short video. If I can find everything. Yeah, that won't happen easily. Okay. Let's see if I can get a clean spot. Oh, nope, that's not good. There we go. Colors that are bleeding aren't going to hurt, but I'm trying to get fingerprints off of it. Okay. So these are just simple little tiles. I got them, they were on a bigger sheet, kind of like so you can mount them on against a wall or a flat surface, whatever you want. I peeled them off the netting. Let's start with the wines and burgundies. Okay, well, this video ended up taking longer than I had anticipated, so I'm speeding up sections of it. As you can see, I changed my mind from when my initial statement of orange and went with the wines and burgundies, cranberry-like colors. I'm going to go through this pretty quick as far as just doing it. Nothing really super fancy, just putting my drops down, different colors, layering, using the airbrush to blow the ink around some. I have not used a lot of alcohol to float or encourage the ink to flow more than what that ink does. There we go. That was flamingo. The first color was wild plum. These are Ranger inks. And like I said, that's flamingo. It kind of goes on as a color that reminds me of methylate, if anyone remembers that. It was a topical liquid that you would put on cuts and scrapes. Stung like the dickens. Anyway. I did this waiting for the Super Bowl to begin. For those of you in the States, you know. Sunday, you know, if you're a sports fan, it's Super Bowl is your weekend. I should say, if you're a football fan, it's, you know, usually even if it's not your team, you're watching it. You can see as I'm doing this, you can see that there's layers and depth of color that arise, even by just putting drops of the same color on and off of, or on and off, pardon me, on over each other. The other color I'm using is cranberry. It's another Ranger ink. These are purpley, plummy, wine colored. Oops. I'm trying to make sure that I have all the little spots covered. I'm going to set them over to the side. Sides are a little damp, sticky. I'm getting it on my fingers. Set them over, but I am going to move. Oopsie. Found a spot that wasn't quite covered enough for me. I'm going to move that over, get them out of the way so I can go to my next colors. I put the lids, make sure I put the lids on my bottles because I've been known to dump them over. I also know I need to move those others further away. So now we're going on to more reds, warm reds, rather than the cool of the plums. I'm using watermelon, again Ranger inks, and poppy field. I mean, I tried working 2 tiles at the same time on this one, but you can see the inks don't flow the same. So I take and start working on one. You look. If you look close, you can see the where the colors overlay. You get a depth of color, like a little more red or almost a darker crimson-y color line. That color that I was just dropping on, the darker color, is sangria, and that is a pinata color right there. That's sangria. It's a really deep red. It's a sangria, like sangria wine, but it is a red, more of a red than a wine color. Kind of comes out wine, but it's warm. I'm wanting to put some gold on, so but I didn't want to. It's very difficult to get tiny drops, and so I just took a toothpick. It's one of the flat toothpicks. Put the drop of gold over there to the side, and just get the gold on my paint or the toothpick, and I'm just dragging it along. Now I'm kind of like, okay, this isn't keeping. I'm not getting enough on here, so. Here in a minute, you'll see I kind of changed my tactic on how to get some on the toothpick. Oops, found a spot that was not covered along the edges. Now I'm working on the second one. I'm adding the sangria color. I'm just kind of blowing to get my depth. I love my air gun or airbrush. It's beats trying to blow. You can pass out, put your face first anytime you're trying to blow some of these for any length of time. On this one, I will be doing a little different application of the gold for this tile. Yeah, and as a note, the mixatives that I use, all of them, whether it be Snowcap, the gold, by Pinata, the silver, any of them, you have to shake and shake and shake those. I mean, literally shake the dickens out of them. And that's what I'm doing right now. Or, well, actually, I'm getting ready to. I've done it previously, so I didn't shake it there we go. Now I'm shaking it. I was like, hey, wait a minute, I forgot to shake it. Put a drop, and here comes the close-up. Momentarily, there we go. You're going to see that the center starts to, the color in the center starts to fade and circle out. Well, I don't like that, so I'm putting another drop of my cranberry in there, so that the color, it might not have been cranberry, that might have been the, actually that wasn't cranberry, that was probably poppy field. Now I'm back to, so you can see better. I was wanting to blow it and the air gun would get in the way of the camera. You can see I hold the air gun up high and then I come down into it so that I know how much it's going to move it. It's a good way to know where your paint's going to move, how far it's going to move. Now we're getting ready for the yellows and oranges. It'll be coming up here momentarily. I decide I don't want to touch this one, so I move it over with the toothpick because it was pretty wet on the sides. I'm I'm doing this on top of one of my pieces of photo paper, and I will use that photo paper to make an abstract that I'll be cutting shapes out of for later work. There we go. That is the sunshine yellow, and there's the yellow. I think theirs may be called, they may be both called sunshine, I forget, but they're the yellows from Pinata and Ranger ink, Tim Holtz line. I think the Tim Holtz line is coming out with a new set of colors, and in those colors I believe it's going to have a new shade of yellow. I think I saw somebody working with it that had either got a test of it or had already got her new ones. And here comes the oranges. I do use the oranges from Ranger, Valencia orange, and I think sunset orange or something like that, I think. I do have the I think it's Calabanza something, the orange from Pinata as well. Trying to keep it all from blending, so I'm blowing more air because I really like the yellow, but it's kind of hard when you start adding other colors to that Pinata yellow. It just wants to fade and blend right in. There we go. Let's put a little more Pinata yellow in there, see what I can get it to do. There you go. See, it lightens it up a little. Add more orange over to the side. And I'm actually kind of like taking the tip and filling those areas that are white in. The ink's interacting, so I'm going to lose a lot of that bright yellow, but it turns the orange to a pretty shade of orange yellow. And here we go. I do end up going back to these. I don't know if I've said this before, but going back to these and adding gold to all of them. I decided I wanted a little gold somehow in all of them. Trying to fill in all the little spots so there's no white. Trying to make it so it's not all one shade of orange. Having to wipe the bottle off a little bit. Got some color on the tip of one of them. This is that's the Ranger orange, or pardon me, the Pinata orange. It's called like Calaban. I don't know how to say it. Something funny, something weird. There we go. There's some of the yellow there. Had some white spots that I just getting frustrated with there. Yeah, it's just lighter, which is okay. And here we go. Put the drop of gold in this one. Again, it's a mixative, so it interacts with the inks. It's not designed to be a solid color like you think of if you're going to paint with something. I decided to go back and add gold to this. To do this, though, it had dried pretty much, and I wanted it to interact pretty quickly with the ink. So I take some of my alcohol, and I do use 99%. Basically, though, anything 91% and up works wonderful with the alcohol inks. And I pick it up in a applicator syringe. Just drop some down on there, and then I immediately put my mixative on it, the gold. Because the table wasn't level, I decided I wanted to run off my tile, so we played a swirly game and just swirled it around. Well, at this point, I do want to say thank you for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you like it, please click thumbs up. If you want to see more of my videos, click the subscribe button. And again, thanks for watching. Till the next video, hopefully you have a wonderful night, day, evening, whenever you watch this. Just may it be good.